question from Willow. In recent interview with Lisa Harrison, Tolek, a rep for the Andromedan Council, talked about two new bodies entering our solar system sometime soon. Do you know of Tacoma, the brown dwarf sun, and its accompanying planet, Neohaia, and her inhabitants? What are your feelings about them? Well, I have spoken. About the red dwarf sun or star quite a bit. I did it in my lectures when I was touring, and in the seminars, and I've also discussed it on many interviews. So what they are referring to is also what I've been referring to. I feel it's coming. I had that experience years ago of seeing the two moons in the sky, and I still feel that's a very real possibility. I mean, that red moon, when I was looking at it, was actually, I knew it was much, much further out, and it was really big, much bigger than our moon, much, much bigger than our moon, even bigger than our planet, because it was between us and the sun, and it was huge. I mean, this seemed to appear as the size of the moon, and to be a long, long way out. It's got to be really, really big. So that's my understanding of it. The inhabitants of a planet revolving around that, I can't speak much for that, except for one experience that I did have. And I realised when I was there, I got taken to a place associated with this red dwarf, and I saw politicians on this planet. So I called it Nibiru at the time when I previously commented on it. I was really quite surprised that these beings were being taken there and having meetings. So, and that's where I saw the stone, the sides of buildings made up of stone, but then they would change. And because the stones were full of symbols, all of a sudden the buildings would rearrange themselves according to whatever was required at the time. It's like the building was alive, but it was made of stone. And it would rearrange itself, and then there'd be new symbols on the walls. And it did it quite frequently. It was kind of weird, but fascinating at the same time, because it wasn't done from the rock being like in ancient times when we connected with the mineral kingdom, when we wanted to build a monument or the pyramids, for example. This had a different feel to it. It was kind of like in the old days at the airport, when you're at the airport and you have the flap big signboards. Now they've got digital ones, but in the old days they had the flap things that would flap over. It behaved in that sort of way. It's very unusual. Okay, I hope that helps. Um, I still feel that that's coming because they need to harvest their human herd. So the way they see it, a lot of people are going to be taken off this planet one way or another. So I feel that scenario of that red dwarf or that body turning up, I personally feel it's already here, but it's just cloaked. And it bleeds through every now and then and causes a bit of a residual effect on our solar system. And then one day soon it'll just decloak itself, it'll reveal itself when it needs to. And all the scientific equipment that we hasn't the ability to pick it up. I mean, the whole paradigm of science is completely under very tight control, so it doesn't have the ability to pick it up, all the equipment, because this thing is in a frequency which is outside the spectrum of the paradigm of science. All right, on to the next one. This is from Evelyn, 1111, sorry. You said that when it comes time for the Earth to turn into a star, the moon will be moved into orbit around Mars.